Hi everyone, I am Rani Chakraborty and today I am here to discuss and clarify a few doubts regarding magic and spirituality. I had put it in my status yesterday and there was a top class healer who's on my WhatsApp list and she immediately protested. She makes a fortune by doing magical courses, teaching magic. There are a lot of others also who need this clarification, and it is for them this video is dedicated. Most of the people in the world, including the corporate world, the business world, schools, colleges, universities, students, professors, all of them use magic. I have myself very bitter experience with magic. Corporate companies in the Silicon Valley use massive magic spells against their co-employees to gain advantage, to gain promotion. I've seen professors casting spells on students, love spells, and destroying their lives. I've seen even students casting spells on the professors to gain their attention, to come first, and to kind of stop the journey of their other co-students, other friends. Life is not instant coffee, but how does it affect us? How does magic affect us? Is it a part of the spiritual world? It can be a part of the psychic world, but psychic world is not directly related to spirituality. Magic is purely demonic by nature. It is relatable only to the demonic realm. So if you have used magic earlier, please shun it, because it must be without the consciousness that it is harmful. Luckily, I never had any spiritual guidance regarding magic, but I have always a natural apathy towards it. It might be very convenient to use magic, but the end result is disastrous. What is the religious stand on magic? One of the most ancient religions in the world, Judaism, abhors magic. They strictly warn against use of magic. But there are Jews who use magic, but they don't relate to spirituality, and they don't care about God or the spiritual life. In Christianity, it is nowhere written that magic helps spiritually. In fact, not even the 10 Commandments support magic. The Bible does not support magic. Even the Quran does not support magic. Magic is shunned in Quran. And Hindu texts or Tantric texts, they have mantras. These mantras do help in saving lives. Like they have, verses in Quran but the mantras that can destroy life or kill somebody are to be shunned. People go to the tantrics to secure benefits, to deprive somebody, to kill somebody. They'll use all sorts of tantric kriyas, but it has nothing relatable to spirituality. These tantrics have just shops, they have just consumer goods. Tantric kriyas are just consumer goods. You pay and you get it. What is Tantra? Tantra is really a conversation between Lord Shiva and Ma Parvati, and it is for illumination. There are methods and means used for illumination, but it is not meant for everybody. It is an esoteric science, and and it is kind of it is very secretive by nature, highly secretive. Lord Shiva has warned repeatedly not to use magic in the day-to-day lives, or not to delve into Tantra. Only students who are worthy of receiving the highest spiritual guidance, which is not meant for everybody, it is not meant for mass consumption like other aspects of Hindu religion, like the Upanishads or the Vedas. Tantra is highly a secret doctrine. It's an esoteric science, and every book on Tantra begins with this warning that it is not meant for everyone. Even a student of Tantra has to be chosen with a lot of care. But nobody adheres to these principles written by Lord Shiva. And when you are not adhering by the principles, there are consequences that these people will meet in their lives after death. They go to the Raurava hell. Even the name of the hell has been described by Lord Shiva in these tantric texts. It's a Raurava hell that you go to. So, but magicians and other people, those who teach magic and spells and other things to benefit people for health and other, they'll always put up an argument. It benefits human life, and so why not practice it? But then people always have not perfect control over their minds and hearts. When you gain certain power by learning magic, you want to use it for evil purposes, for gaining power, to harm others. So when you step into a magical world, you'll slowly start spoiling yourself, because magic itself comes from the demonic realm. It's no god ever uses magic. Gods do tapasya, they seek boons, and they get powers. But it's only the demons, the Rakshasas, the Daityas, the Danavas, all Ditiputras, Kashyap Putra in this dark realm, they use magic. Ma Durga took 9 days to demolish Mahisasur, and it was only because he used magic against Goddess Durga. His Maya skills were so powerful. Ravan and Indrajit used the same magical skills against Lord Rama. And the Ramayana war also continued for a long time, I guess for 18 days if I'm not wrong. And it was only because their magical powers, by standards of Narayana himself, took such a long time. And imagine Lord Rama had performed the Durga Puja in the month of Ashwin before waging a war against Ravana. I mean, after being a god himself, empowering him with the blessings of Goddess Durga, he goes to fight Ravana, and yet it is not over in a day. So magic is that bad. No gods perform magic. If gods wanted to perform magic and alleviate all kinds of pain and suffering from earth by magic, then the Vedas would promote magic. Tantra would promote magic. The gods would promote magic when they were born on earth. But Lord Krishna, Lord Rama as avatars, and even the other avatars, partial avatars, and other incarnations like Hanuman, they have never used magic. None of the saints have used magic. None of the saints have guided their disciples to use magical skills for attaining any purpose in life. So if there is any argument that the magician gives in favor of magic, then you have all these logical reasonings that you can always choose to fight with their arguments. Lord Krishna was with the Pandavas and they suffered so badly. People have this wrong notion that whenever you are with God or whenever you utter God's name, you don't suffer. Your life is basically a karmic image. It's a karmic dynamo. So whosoever you are with, if you're with God, you'll be rightly guided into salvation. But that does not mean suffering will not come to you. It does come, but it leads to salvation. But when you are using evil means and magic, you may gain quick powers, but at the end you will not achieve salvation. The cycle of birth and rebirth and suffering because of use of magic will continue till you vow to give up magic. So the choice is yours. Magic is performed by witches. The spells are also come from the realm of the witches. It is the plane of the witches from where all the spells come. So people proudly declare themselves as witches on YouTube and other channels. Voodoo also has spells. It's a magic which has to be shunned, which is practiced by so many African countries and in South America as well as in the American island nations. Voodoo is practiced in Philippines and almost in all the nations. Mangukulam is a very, very powerful voodoo practice in Philippines. They were used by tribals and sorcery is involved in it. They will never be liberated from that yoni, and especially if it is used to harm somebody. This is the age of Kali. Kali is a demon. We live in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is completely dominant with demonic energies. So magic is demonic plus Kali Yuga is demonic. We are hounded by demonic energies dormantly, unconsciously, unseekingly. So people, those who think have loads of money and have a high lifestyle and I kind of relate to the richest of people on earth, and I don't have any shortcomings and I don't have any weaknesses, and I live like a king, should know that we are not lucky enough to be born in the Satya, Treta or Dwapar Yuga. We are born in Kali, where in the Bhagavatam it is clearly stated that people will take to all kinds of malpractices under the influence of this demon called Kali. They will do cow slaughter, brothers will kill brothers for property, there'll be utter lawlessness, the kings would be demonic in nature. Now the kings are here relatable to the governmental heads, the chief ministers, the ministers and the prime minister and other people like this all across the globe. So what is the end result? How can we be safe? And magic comes to you, you don't even realize how when and how you are affected by magic. There are spells so that you can call up somebody. There are spells so that you don't eat. There can be spells so that you start feeling giddy. There can be spells so that you are sick. There can be spells so that you have cancer. I mean, there can be spells for hiccups and endless other reasons. But when you are under magical spells, it's best to go to a healer and get healed. some psychic healer who can heal you. And rest, because we are born in the Kali Yuga, it is our utmost duty to chant God's name amidst everything, because that is our only secret passage to liberation. Because we are hounded everywhere through different magical webs. Recently, I found out that there were mass spells cast by somebody in the universe so that people could hate Hindus. It's just so mean. Just to glorify somebody, someone's religion, you want to persecute some other religion. It is not permissible. It does not relate to spirituality. Spirituality, through any religion, is the knowledge of self, who you are, from where did you come, and where would you go after death. What is your status? Where does the soul go? How does rebirth take place? Luckily, in Gita and in Hindu texts, everything has been defined so well. But we need to read these scriptures, we need to understand them, and understand this, that no god, no saint has ever used magic. And since their path is only to guide us to devotion, to faith, and for surrender at the feet of God, we must strictly adhere by these principles and not seek redemption through magic. Because remember, the universe will give back whatever you are sending to the universe. Today you are using magic against someone. Remember, in maybe a few years, your karmic balance might just reverse, or maybe it'll happen in the next lifetimes. There's so many people suffering around the world. Why? They have their karmic retribution. They must have done some wrong in their past lives, that they have this indefinite suffering. So when you use magic, remember, all that suffering will come to you. It may look very easy right now. Okay, I want to be the vice president of some company, so let me go to the witch or the tantric, and voila, I've become the vice president. The politicians are using magic to win elections, using tantra. I haven't come across a single politician who does not use magic to win elections, especially the opposition in a few states, and even the ruling party in a few states. I'll not name them. So magic is used in every sphere of life, and those who don't use it should not abuse it by saying that it does not exist. It exists. It exists, and when you're hurt through magic, you realize how bad it is. I had a healing patient who came to me, and she was a mother of a child, of a small child, 3-year-old boy child, and she was suicidal. And I asked her reason to be suicidal, and she said she had an affair, online affair, with somebody she had met 6 months ago on Facebook. And now that the boy has stopped responding, I want to kill myself. And I happened to heal her within a few minutes. I found out that the boy was casting her with all magical spells, and I healed it, and she is now a very happy, leading a very happy life. There was another love jihad case from Bangladesh that I have healed in a similar manner. It was also a case where tantra, magic, voodoo and everything was used against a Hindu girl in Bangladesh, and I could heal it. There are such cases which come to me quite often, and I'm very confident that if people don't realize it or understand it, if they don't have any understanding of it, then they succumb to it. They might die, or serious damage can be caused through magic. So first is to realize that you are being affected by magic, and second is to seek help, and third is not to be tempted by magic, because in Kali Yuga you'll be tempted to magic because of the dormant demonic powers that are governing us. So shun magic, shun those temptations, and love God, seek God, chant God's name, that you may be protected by His divine light and power, that you are always guided by Him. Seek devotion, seek His love, and glorify Him for all that He has given to us, all the right wisdom to choose the right path and lead us to liberation. Thank you.